It's time to look at the Necrons I painted in 2023 in my continued Necron Army Showcase. It's coming right up.
Necrons!
Nick speaking, and welcome to this video. Right, here we are, continuing my Necron Army Showcase. This time last year I uploaded a series of videos showing all of my Necrons that I've collected and painted over the last 22 years. And now it's time to have a look at what I painted last year, and I have to be honest, it's not a great deal. However, that's because 10th edition came out and I had the Tyranids from the Leviathan box set. I had two halves of Tyranids, nearly 100 miniatures. I built, converted and painted those, and it took me roughly 6 months. But I did get all of these Necrons done, and I actually put a lot of work into these because all of the miniatures here are interchangeable. So let's have a look at the first one, my command barges. Now I already have two command barges, so this is an additional two, and they are all interchangeable. One of the command barges, this one, was half built. I had to strip it down, rebuild it, unglue it, and I had to kit bash this little section on the front here because it was missing. However, both of these are interchangeable. They're fully magnetized. I've got a video on how to do that if you're interested. And of course, they're magnetized into Annihilation barges. So I have all of the pieces separate. I keep them in money bags. It tends to be a good way to keep them, and it's pretty easy to change them. This front section just pulls out, and then we've got this tiny piece which goes in here. You don't necessarily have to interchange this, but I like to. And then the overlord comes out. This is magnetized, that comes off, and then we've got that section which goes on there, and of course the guns which go on the top, and then the gun underneath is also magnetized there, and my base is nice and secure. Got a video on how to do these bases as well, which I'll link up for you in the description below. And as I said, there they are, both of them fully magnetized. I like the idea of magnetizing these kits. It's not actually that difficult to do, and it just means, well, you've got more options. And talking of magnetizing, I also have two Doomsday Arcs which are also magnetized. Now, once again, I've got two of these already, so this gives me 4, and all 4 of them are magnetized. I have 3 which are magnetized fully, so that would be this one, so everything comes apart. I can turn the ribs upside down, turn it into a Ghost Arc. However, this one I didn't magnetize like that. I wanted to try a slightly easier magnetizing sort of way, and I've done that, and I've got videos on all of the ways to magnetize these miniatures, and again they'll be linked up in the description below. I also improved on my original magnetization video, and I made these guns here much stronger than the originals were. So on this one here, you just take out the middle gun, the ribs are actually totally glued, and then you just magnetize in the warriors. However, as I said, this one is fully magnetized, including rotating these around so that when you have the guns on the ribs upside down, the guns are the correct way. So let me change them. That's one. And then let's just swap those around. So this one, as I said, you can fully interchange, so the back section comes off, allowing you to basically rotate the ribs. But before we rotate the ribs, we're going to rotate these sections here, which we can do like so, and this will allow us to have the guns in the right position. There you go, and my idea is to have 3 in the actual pose that it's supposed to be. I've got an extra one which of course gives me a Ghost Arc, and then maybe in the future, if I'm allowed to have more than 3 Doomsday Arcs, then that will at least become a Doomsday Arc. So I can have 4 Ghost Arcs, or maybe 2 Ghost Arcs, 2 Doomsday Arcs, or potentially 3 Doomsday Arcs and 1 Ghost Arc. I think in the future I'd like to have 2 more, We'll see, but I think that would be a perfect amount. 3 Doomsday Arks, 3 Ghost Arks. That will make a pretty cool army list. Okay, on to the Locust Heavy Destroyers. Now I do have quite a few of the old miniatures. I've got some converted Necron Raider ones and also some of the traditional Locust Heavy Destroyers, but now I've got 3 of the new ones. Now I know a few people have had trouble with the bases. As yet I haven't. Mine just push in and out like so. If they do break, I'm going to magnetise them. But I have magnetised the gun. Now you don't have to magnetise the gun, it just slots in and out by itself. However, I like the idea of magnets. I just find that the joints aren't as weak, especially on this arm here, because if you're pushing this arm in and out, it is very fragile on the wrist joint. But with magnets you don't have to push it in and out because it's literally just magnetised into the hole. So it's just much easier to take these guns off and then obviously change them. Now I do have the other gun painted, so let's change them into the other guns. Again, I've got them in a little bag. Had a lot of fun painting these. I went for a little bit of a glow effect. So let's get them into place. Again, just push it in here, push it in the top. These joints are all magnetised, all 3 of them. And there they are with the other gun. A pretty cool looking gun. I don't tend to use this gun so much, but it is definitely very playable, especially if you have the units joined by a Locust Lord. Now I do have 2 old Locust Lords. I've got the original one and also a converted one, which I converted out of a Wraith. However, I wanted a Locust Lord with the new sort of design, and that is what I did. I decided to give him a multitude of weapons because, well, in the 9th edition data slate he had lots of different weapons, slightly different now, but he's got the Resurrection Orb, which is being held by this 3D printed scarab at the base there. We've got the War Sai, and then we've got the Void Blade and the Hyperphase Sword. I decided to turn the body backwards so it's a different angle to the original model there, just to make it look a little bit different, make him stand out as a lord. And he is actually interchangeable, so this comes off and I can put different tops on there. However, I can't find the bag with the pieces on, they're hidden away in another box, but yeah, I can have this as a Staff of Light as well as a War Sai. I tried to make him as cool looking as I could. And that is everything that I painted in 2023 for my Necrons. I do plan on painting a lot more in 2024. I'm already halfway through my death marks, so definitely more Necron painting to come. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to check out the links in the description below for all the tutorials, and here's the playlist of the other videos in this series if you'd like to watch them next.